there's like 25 things popping up. By the looks of it, everything should be live and well. Uh,
Yep.
Looking episode one. Episode one. Um, I just got like 25 notifications.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna go like all formal though, 'cause it's not us, but kind of like a bit intro. So, we're the Chimps. We play, well, I guess you'd call us a variety streamer. So horror games, single player games, war games, puzzles, literally everything. Um, there is a bunch of us in and out, but the main two you'll probably see is me, so Liam, and Ramirez, who is also here. Um, there'll be a couple of others that jump in and out, so uh, Charlie, Eden, Steve. That's a few viewers. But quick intro. Feels like doing an interview again. You know, when you go for like your job interview and you're gonna do like a 5 minute section on yourself.
It's like the thing where you come up in class to do a presentation.
Yeah, and you've
The
not
first thing I
prepared.
thought when you mentioned this, I was like, this is gonna be like a presentation.
Yeah, you sat reversing your lines for like 20 minutes and then you just completely forget them all.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I think the thing we're really looking forward to is uh, Space Marine 2 on Saturday.
Mm.
Fucking canny
Out,
wait, man.
well, out Saturday for everyone
Friday,
else.
no Friday,
We
yeah,
get
yeah.
it Thursday. We get it Thursday.
Oh, Thursday.
Thursday 5 p.m. I think.
Oh, I thought we got it Friday. Oh, so
Yeah, 'cause it's on the 5th p.m. The 5th at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. 5
5
p.m.
p.m. Oh, fucking, so that means I can play after work.
Yeah,
Oh,
Thursday.
hell yeah. Oh, fuck. I'm at a
I
thingy.
just went to thingy to Morrison's today and got like my drinks in and that for Thursday.
I just realised on Thursday, I thought it was Friday, because on
Mm.
Thursday I'm kind of being forced to go to like a work event,
Mm.
a social, no, no, networking for young professionals,
Mm.
and it's gonna be on till like 9 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock. But depending on what time I get home, I'll jump on. But yeah, that's gonna be quite exciting. Oh, I can't fucking wait. It's like I don't know when was Space Marine 1 released? We was back in school, weren't we? Like
Over
yeah,
10 years. Over 10 years it's been.
yeah,
I think it came out 2012, 2013. I could look, but
yeah.
I played
Xbox
it a
360
bit.
era, I think. Because I remember grabbing it for like 10 quid in Morrison's, and it wasn't that long after it come
2011.
out. Yeah, and
Yeah, fucking.
I remember we
That's
played it
like
for
one
a
of the
bit.
best main menus ever.
Yeah,
It's just scrapping
yeah,
infinitely in slow motion against, or you go to different like you go to the options menu and it turns to him just uppercutting like an orc in the face or something.
yeah.
Fucking
It,
real good menu.
I remember when we played it for a little bit, and then they released like the Dreadnought mode, but I don't know if we played that, the Dreadnought.
No,
But I remember
might
like
have.
the snipers being filthy on it. I remember the snipers being really fucking good.
Yeah. They
Um,
said on this second one they've done it to only two when you play PvP. Only
yeah,
can only be two of the same class because they know how bad sniping was on Space Marine 1, where like everyone would just snipe all the time.
yes. I suppose that gives you like a role too, which I kind of like in games. It's what I really enjoyed about Battlefield was having a role. Like
Mm,
it, it's one, it keeps it balanced, like you said, so you haven't got 20 snipers. But two, like it gives you more of a like more of a, I won't say purpose, but it gives you more direction on what you're meant to be doing. Like
yeah.
if you're like a fucking, is it, oh, what's the word? Is it assault? The melee guy.
Bulwark is the
Bulwark,
one with
that's
the
it.
sword and
Yeah, you can kind of
all is
co
melee, but it's with a jetpack.
yeah, you can coordinate with a heavy guy and be a bit more like, like I'm gonna rush him, you just keep
Mm.
him busy kind of thing. I enjoy that kind
I,
of stuff in games.
I was saying that to Cam where like there's a sniper class, so I was like, you can play that in the operations mode. So I was like,
Yeah.
how's that going to play out when there's like 50 things coming your way? Surely some of them are going to go for the sniper. So you'd have to coordinate where like one of you is going to have to like protect him while he's taking out the big stuff.
It would
Like
be.
the sniper must be for like the actual bigger Tyranids.
I don't think they've done it, but it would be really cool if they managed to program the AI kind of like the Tyranids in sort of Warhammer, where they target the weakest member. Like like
Yeah.
or even if it's just a debuff where you've got like you're bleeding, kind of like in Left 4 Dead where you're covered in battle and you kind of get targeted for a bit. Like maybe like this they
Yeah.
sense the blood, and they just fucking horde towards you.
Well, we don't know what's in it yet. Like
Yeah,
special enemy to was. I've seen like a few things that's in it. Like
yeah,
like specials.
yeah,
So I kind of already know, and I've seen like I think I've seen our equivalent to getting a tank on Left 4 Dead. Like I've seen that, and but not seen much else on it.
yeah.
If anything, it's very much like Vermintide is, where
Right. Yeah,
like you'll have like special Tyranids attacking like whenever, and then all of a sudden like a tank will come or something, or like Dark Tide where you get like a Nurgle like thing, something like that turns up during like a mission, and you're just like, oh shit,
yeah.
that's
I,
what we need to focus on.
I think they've done well too to set them up with the chaos too, because I think with Tyranids it's like from what I do know about Tyranids, like I know there's different halves and there's different swarms, but they're all pretty much the same. Whereas with chaos, you've
Mm.
got the loads of different chaos groups, and they can all do their own things. Like you said, mentioned like they could bring out a full thing just to do a Nurgle and just like combating like diseased troopers, which would be quite good. Like kind of like that animation that came on the Necron one, where like all the guardsmen will had like this weird virus that taught them crazy. Like that would be
Oh
really
yeah,
cool to do, where you're in the city, but it's like undead. That'd be quite fun.
I was just looking up. Um, like you'll see it in like have you seen like what's in the game like enemy wise?
So far, I
Like
only know
there's
of.
not Tyranids that we're fighting.
Yeah, I've not seen the specials, and I know obviously there's the is it Hormagaunts? Oh, there's
They're
shooting
like
ones.
they're the shoot. They're like the
Oh, is
little
it
fuzzy ones that shoot.
yeah, I've seen them, and then I've seen
Omagons and
the
Termagants.
Termagants. I've
And then there's
seen
like the warriors, like the bigger ones, and they have a gun that like long range gun. And then there's like
yeah.
the warriors that have the two like katana looking things,
uh, I'm
like
not
blade
too
ends.
I'm not too familiar on the new Tyranids because I know they brought out loads and loads and loads of new Tyranid variants. So
Well, if we watch some trailers, you'll probably
yeah,
see a few, and you'll know
um,
what they are. Like in some of them trailers, I think there's an enemy type I've seen that hasn't been in them trailers,
right,
and that's like I've just seen like a kill animation on it, and it was
yeah.
so cool. So
Um,
looking forward to that.
Let me pull that up actually. Wait to there. So it's the official gameplay. Let's watch this one. Um, s-
Yeah, you could watch it up until that first. You see the little segment in the bottom left. Like that's all story
Welcome
campaign,
to
so you probably
Space
don't
Marine
need
right,
to
2,
see.
okay.
the newest installment in the Warhammer 40,000 franchise. Brought to you by Saber Interactive and Focus Entertainment.
I
I'm
hope that
Oliver
is in
Hollis-Lack,
game. So you
creative
just
director
Yeah,
of
that'll be
Warhammer
magic
2,
cool.
guy.
and
Like look
today
at that.
I'm
That's a
going to
fucking.
take you on a
That's
That's
journey
a
through story,
something
call
gameplay,
it.
guard.
progression, and a whole lot more.
It's
It's
a
the
thingy.
Get a
veterans.
It's a
taste of what's to come when
no.
the
It's
game
like the leader.
releases on
You know
September
when you get the
9th.
set.
Yeah.
If you rewind it, pause it
Space
on.
Marine 2,
It's the
the
Oh
fucking.
shit, it's campaign. Um.
Saber in- and today
Is it
I'm
called a
back to
Swarm
Oliver
Lord or
Hollis-Lack,
something?
the
What's it
Slug,
called?
creative director.
Oh, that. I
Like
thought it was about the
it's like
marine
it's like in Dawn of War thingy. It's like the big thing
tyrant,
in
half
Dawn of War
tyrant.
Retribution. Yeah, it's a hive tyrant. So like that's in it. So
I thought it was
you're
about the
fighting a
space
hive tyrant.
marine. I was like,
No, I was just like, yeah, there's a big. That's the only time they've shown that though. I think the hive tyrant.
yeah, 'cause the space marine's got the robes on. Like, is it Storm Guard or
Storm Guard veteran.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
that's the bull. That'll be the bulwark class.
Yeah.
But I never noticed until yesterday when I was talking to Cam about it that they don't just. I thought it was just sword and shield, but in his shield, the shield's fused to his forearm, and then you see with the blue light,
Yeah.
that's he's got a plasma pistol,
All
and
right.
you use that for parries and that. Like there's a whole parry mechanic in the game. and you use that to like get critical hits and shit. So
I
it's
thought your
not you're not just completely melee.
I thought your
Yes.
plasma pistol would be in your right hand and you'd have to swap.
No, no, they've got it where it's like the shield's just it's fused to the forearm, so he's not like
Right,
actually
okay.
holding it. It's like on the arm,
Hmm.
and then the fucking pistol's in the hand.
Suppose it. I suppose it saves them the pain of fucking
It's
people.
like so melee is not completely useless if something's
Yeah.
happening far away, and they're like, oh, someone gets grabbed, and it's like you need to
Yeah.
shoot him off me, and it's like, well, I can't even get to you. So which is a nice touch.
I think the thing that they could do with that, but it would cause like a whole class system which goes against everything they've done, is where
Mm,
you could build your own loadout. So you could have a shield in your off hand and a bolter in your right hand.
mm.
So it, but you don't have no melee. There's no counter melee.
Well,
So
from what I've seen of the operations mode, certain classes can use certain weapons. They're not
right,
just stuck to one weapon. So I
right,
think like the assault can have, like
like a
maybe a
plasma.
power fist and
Yeah,
and thunder hammer.
yeah,
Like they're not completely set. I ain't seen now on the bulwark, but
yeah,
they could probably have a power axe or some shit. Like we don't know yet till the game's out.
yeah.
They have still kept quite a lot of its like hush hush.
Have they said anything about power armor? I mean, not power armor. Sorry. Terminator armor.
No, but because there's like a blog suggestion page that you
Yeah.
can suggest stuff. They said like they're adding more classes post launch, and
Right.
people think it might be like a Terminator. You might get a Terminator
A
class,
Terminator would be really cool because
which
like,
would be good. You'd be
oh,
like slow as fuck,
yeah,
but you pack a punch.
or even it even be a kill streak. So next time you die, you can come in as a Terminator.
Mm.
You know, just to keep things
Well, I don't know
balanced.
how the whole dying works in the operations works.
Yeah.
All the footage I've seen, no one ever dies in the footage. Like even people just casually playing. Like you're saying, I imagine it'll be like they go down on one knee and they're just
Yeah.
like in a incapacitated state. I
Yeah.
don't know what happens when they die.
I mean,
Like if it's like Left 4 Dead where you have to find them later in the mission, or they
yeah.
just get drop podded in. Like you don't know yet.
Yeah, if they did it where like there was calling points for drop pods, you know, where it's again like Left 4
Yeah,
Dead
like
where there was certain sections of the map you'd have to go to get people back.
yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, but I mean, especially with Terminids, it'd be such a cool thing to be like a squad of Terminators just mowing them
Mm,
down. I mean,
mm.
that'd be real good. That, or even, and again, they probably won't do it, but it'd be an
Well, people
amazing.
asking for like a chaplain or a librarian class, like they'd be the
Yeah,
or an apothecary, where
yeah.
you're like just straight up a healer and a buffer, and like the other two or whatever. That's like they've got all this at the fingertips. They
Oh,
could
I
make
know. There's
all
so
sorts of
many.
mad shit.
I mean, I was just thinking then it'd be amazing as a game mode where it was all scouts and a couple of you played as gene stealers.
Mm,
That'd be good, you know, kind of like AVP-esque, kind of
mm.
like the gene stealers would be all about stealth and the scouts would be
Don't,
squishy because
don't
they're
know if they'd ever do it. I mean, it sounds amazing, but
yeah,
it's like it's probably going to be like World War Z was, where it's you
yeah,
you're probably never not going to play as the enemy,
yeah,
because
which is a shame
that's a whole other tin of beans. Like
because
programming that in, putting
that'd
in
be
a
an
versus
amazing game,
mode.
wouldn't it? Like that, like an alien game, but you're a
Mm,
terminid.
Tyranid. Tyranid.
Terminid, why am I saying Terminid? Tyranid.
All words.
Yeah, fucking brain melt. That'd be really good. That though, you know, if you started off as like I don't know, just like a spore or something, and then you know
Mm,
you made your way through the game, like sort of like fucking your end game would be called the half fleeting, pretty much, which is pretty much
yeah.
what um they're there for.
Well, I think from what I've seen, there's enough classes to warrant like something like that. There's enough like enemy types.
Yeah.
It's like they could do a versus thing like Left 4 Dead, but I don't know if narratively and like
Hmm.
maybe it's too much to cram into just one game,
Yeah.
like that sort of thing. And to make it to balance it and everything, it's such like a big task and after then doing balancing. So then you just there's a
Yeah.
whole like parry mechanic in the game, so it's like every time you're going to attack a space marine, they're just going to parry you over and over again. It's like how do you get
Yeah.
around that?
I
And then
suppose. I
then they'd have to put a parry mechanic in for space marines to like parry them, and
I
it's
suppose there's a such thing as too many game modes, I guess, especially if because let's be
yeah,
honest, like
They're
it's
adding a horde mode like post game like within this year, so
oh
that's coming
yeah,
like because that was in the first game, but it ain't coming. It's not coming out on release, but they've already said it's coming before the end of the year.
yeah.
So
I mean, because
horde
like
mode will come.
let's be honest, this
By
is
that point, people will have gotten used to how the game plays, so
it's
horde
got
mode should be
massive
cool.
potential as a game, like
Oh yeah.
huge potential. Um, but we also have to take into account that it's also Warhammer, and it ain't gonna be for a lot of people.
Mm.
So
Then the
it's
Games
like,
Workshop wanna be cunty as well and tell them no, you
yeah,
can't do that. You can't do that. They're like can be like that sometimes. We'll
yeah,
see.
it's like, yeah, I think like because people like me and you, we know Warhammer, so we're really hyped about it. But I
Mm.
think a lot of people will play the game, and I think they'll enjoy it. Like, I think a lot of people will come by and be like, "Shit, this is good." But obviously, because we know about Warhammer and we've played, fucking
Yeah.
hell, we've played it since, at least I have, anyways. I think you played it long before me. I've been playing it since I was like 13, 12.
Mm.
It's all
I've got a
different for us.
receipt in my wallet from like the last time we when we was young buying something from there, and I think the receipt's from like 2011.
Yeah, because you got me into it with, you had it on a laptop. You had Dark
Oh, Dawn
Crusade.
of War. Yeah, Dawn of War. Oh,
Is it
what was
Dark
the second
Crusade?
one? The Guardsman one.
Oh,
There was Warps Storm or something, and then there was
Soulstorm,
Dark
which is the
Crusade,
last one.
Soulstorm. Yeah, and then there was Dark Crusade. Was the third one which introduced the Necrons. I think Dark Crusade. Necrons and Sisters of Battle.
Yeah,
That's Dark Crusade.
and yeah, because it was Winter Assault or Winter
Winter
something.
Assault was the
That was it.
Guardsman one. Yeah, Guardsman and Tau, I think.
Yeah, because you got me into that then. It was because it was on your
Mm.
laptop, and I don't think I had a computer back then.
I
Uh,
must have looked at.
and then I got a laptop and played it, and then Dawn of War 2 came out, which
Mm.
was amazing. I remember watching that for like months, because I didn't have it myself, so I watched it on YouTube for months, people playing it.
I was late to even playing that just because like I wasn't playing PC like
Yeah,
then.
you had a bit of a wow
I,
face too, didn't you, for a bit?
yeah, we just played that non-stop, and
Yeah,
by the time I got around to Dawn of War 2, like Dawn of War 3 had been announced. So I was like, but then like because I'd gotten into it so late, I had like Retribution to play and stuff. So and that was really good. And like Chaos Rising, Chaos Rising was a really good DLC. It was like a whole new game. That really good Chaos Rising.
yeah, Chaos Rising. The thing about Chaos Rising is it has that mechanic that I love in all games, and that's a corruption slash like purity
Yeah,
system. Like I
yeah,
love
big
games
fan
where
of
it's
it.
like Dishonored has it to a degree where it's like, do you want to go lethal or non-lethal? And
That game had it where it's so easy to do the heretical stuff, and you end up so strong by doing it. To do the easy to be pure, that's like
yeah,
it's more work, but you're still staying pure. But you're not going to be as strong as when you turn to chaos. Like
yeah,
say, your guy can turn all the way chaos and then end up as like a Nurgle champion, and he's got like a instead of having a flamethrower, it's like a pox like flamethrower that just fucking destroys everything. But you're locked into the bad ending then.
yeah.
So
That's the thing I like. I think I've played both, and another thing that I love in games is the visual change. Like depending on what you equipped, you you had like an aura around you, but also like sometimes your armor would change too. It was
yeah,
like the same in Retribution where you played as the Chaos faction and you had like for example like there's one Terminator armor you could equip Abaddon and it had like a fucking stretched out face on it and stuff, or
mm,
like you could make your sorcerer look different and stuff. I love that stuff. And then yeah, and then by that point, I think Space Marine must have been out. Yeah, I picked that up by accident. I was in Morrison's, and it was on like sale for like 10 quid, and I'm almost certain it hadn't been out long.
I
And
hope
it,
I've still got my copy somewhere. I think I've still got Winter Assault somewhere.
it's like, I don't know. I think I've still got my original Space Marine, somewhere.
Mm,
It's like, I don't know. It's just fucking. The thing I'm enjoying what they've gone with this this game is because it's going to be the World War Z developers. We'll get at least a somewhat accurate depiction of the Tyranids and the fact that it's horde based. Because I mean, obviously, like the first game was a long time ago, so like you can't really be having thousands of orcs on screen. But I think it's better. I don't think you could have like
Seeing
10
this makes me
Tyranids.
want orcs in the game, just because then you
Yeah,
can put fucking hundreds of orcs on the screen,
yeah.
which is cool. But
Well, you can get away with having like 10 orcs on the screen because like they're kind of big and like
they all pretty much look the same, besides the
yeah, and they're all
the odd
muscle
little thing.
built and they're the same size as a Space Marine, so it's like it kind of like oh well, there's 10 of them, so that looks like it's gonna be quite a challenge. But if it was to be the same with Tyranids, it's like well, these guys are half the size, they're little squidgy things, and there's only 10 of them.
Yeah, that's why I see clips and you see like 40 of them at a time.
Yeah,
I
especially
mean,
if
when you play the tabletop, the max per squad you can have of them is like 40 or 50. It's
yeah, yeah,
fucking
per
insane.
squad, yeah,
But they all have one hit point each. And
yeah,
obviously, if you've got an AOE, you could kill like most of them. But if they get to you, you're pretty
yeah.
much done.
And if you like to play the heavy
Rolling
guy,
like
like
50 die, like
yeah.
when you surround someone, it's a bit nutty.
Yeah, if you like to play the heavy class what I do and have like the heavy bolter, that's gonna be so meaty when you've got like the heavy bolter blasting away at like a horde.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's quite a few like heavy weapon options as well, from what I've seen.
yeah.
Not just like a.
Uh,
Yeah, if you go to operations, you might see
yeah.
a
Let me
bit of
skip
it.
the campaign bit. Like this bit here, like you got a big heavy bolter and you just mow them down. That'll be class.
Your duty is not yet done.
Beyond the story campaign, you'll find operations.
I mean, even the graphics look
Here,
insane.
the focus is on cooperation and replayability.
Yeah, this looks.
Oh
Players
yeah,
have
like the little
6
Zinch
classes with unique
demons.
skills and abilities.
Yeah, this
Then
customization
develop
looks
and
nuts.
customize them
Yeah.
to make them your own. Whether you prefer the sniper's stealth cloak and long-range capabilities, the Vanguard's grapnel launcher, or the Bulwark's chapter banner and storm shield
Comes
combination,
at it like the
your
bulwark
Space
look
Marine
with like the
specialty,
wings on the
along
face.
with those
Yeah.
of your squad mates,
There's the
will be decisive on
Thousand
the
Suns.
battlefield.
Yeah, yeah, because the
The
bulwark
more
are
missions you play,
the bulwark designed ones with the wings on the face. They're the veterans, the company veterans who are
Yeah.
like I can't remember if they're the chapter master's bodyguard or they're just a veteran squad that sits within the chapter.
I do
I'm-
remember seeing like you buy them in Games Workshop. They're like a set.
yeah,
I think it's like 50 quid, and you only get like 3 of them.
yeah, because I can't remember. There's two squads. There's the veterans, which are them, and then there's the I think they're called ancients or old guard, one of the two, where it's like they're all basically like ridiculously old space marines, but also amazing. Like they've got like the skull helmets and the
Mm.
like. And I can't remember which squad like guards the fucking chapter master, but
the more you'll unlock
they look cool.
cosmetics for your Space Marine.
Like that looks sick. I can't
Yeah.
wait to get that
Also
helmet
earn
with the
XP
fucking
and
mohawk.
armory data that you can
You
spend
see
in the
one
Battle
soon, and
Bunker's
it's like
armory
sideways
to
mohawk.
unlock new class perks
Like a
and
Praetorian
improve your
type
armament's
thing.
performance.
I mean that looks cool.
Even this looks sick. Like look at like the scouts.
Oh
Like
yeah, the
blade
blade,
and
yeah.
that. Like that's all customizable and all the fucking. He's got like the assault pack, but it's got the like
Yeah.
the griffin wings coming off, griffin heads coming off of it and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be fucking so good.
I always thought, apart from this guy, 'cause he's actually got a jump pack, I always thought these packs were stabilizers, from when they fall at great height.
Mm.
But they're actually just batteries. They're just actually just big batteries, and these are the exhaust, and it just attaches to the armor. So if you rip these
Oh, right.
off, the armor just stops working.
You never see that happen though, do you?
No, that's the thing.
You
Like
never see him lose it. It's weird.
like that, because like you see exhaust and sometimes a bit of flame, don't you? When like they're jumping or something. And I always thought,
Yeah.
oh, it's just like a stabilizer, because like it slows the fall down. But no, it's literally just a massive battery pack.
Mm.
I never knew that.
Eternal war demands eternal discipline.
If you're into more competitive challenges, well then you're in for a treat. Enter the fray in our Eternal War mode,
these
where
two
you'll be
looks
able to
sick.
pit yourselves against other players.
Oh, so we just slumped then.
6 Space Marines clash against 6 of their sworn chaos adversaries.
Was that
in
night?
arenas
Was that a Night Lord
inspired
then?
by the game. Arenas
Yeah, each in PvP, So like an assault class will always be a Night Lord.
Right.
A Corn will always be summit.
Is
You
that
know,
an
Nurgle will always be summit.
Iron Warrior or something? Iron Hand, I can't remember what they're called.
Can't remember them. Like they're on the end of the reptile ones, you know, the guy on the left.
Oh, yeah.
Can't remember what they're called.
Yeah, because they're the like nemesis of like the salamanders, aren't they? Like the
I think they are the salamanders, aren't they?
no
Maybe
salamanders
the
are
same.
loyal. Because I
Oh
think
right.
some legions have like rivals, don't they? So I mean the is it Iron Fists, the yellow guys, the loyal Space Marine chapter, where they've got like a fist in it, like they're
Oh,
painted
like the black
yellow.
fist with yellow armor.
Yeah, they're all about defense, and these guys are like they're opposites. They're all about sieges.
Yeah.
So some chapters have like direct rivals.
Adversaries in arenas inspired by the game's rich settings.
Yeah, so like
Oh, Corn, yeah.
the overall will be Corn, the bulwarks always Nurgle. But there's I think there's customization for them, but not as massive as there is for the regular Space Marines,
Yeah.
which is a bit of a shame. But there'll still be customization options, but it might just be like mana stuff.
Yeah.
I hope they do add that though. Imagine like having a guy that's fucking like a Nurgle guy and he's just bursting at seams. It's all a little bit of a dreadnought then as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there's him fighting a Carnifex. There's another dreadnought.
To be revealed very soon.
Yeah, that looks good. Do you know what? From what I've seen of the dreadnoughts, they've made them bigger than they did in the first game, but I like that. I like the fact that the big like
They're the new
dreadnoughts.
versions, aren't they? They're the Primaris ones.
Oh, are
Like,
these?
yeah, they're the big ones. Because they're
Yeah.
like, the limbs are longer and that. Whereas the old style, there was really boxy, weren't they? There was like just a box with legs.
Yeah.
When you see in the clips, if you could find it, like, they're like really like.
It's around here somewhere, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah, it is. It's
Yeah, like
the
they've got
yeah.
longer limbs and shit. They're like the new style.
Yeah.
But that's him turning 2,000 suns to dust.
Yeah.
Foot stomps
But
and you just see him all best.
I like that though. I like that dreadnoughts
I
now are
hope
like
that means we're getting a mission where we get to be a fucking dreadnought. Or get one with us at
Yeah.
least, surely.
Hello there.
That's real close up that in it, so it's like surely that's why I'm thinking it's gonna be thingy from Space Marine 1. It's gonna be Leandros or
I mean, it would
whatever
be cool, but
they've just
yeah.
stuffed him in one of them.
Yeah, 'cause they typically do that for like people that are very good warriors too, or like there's something about them that's like exceptional enough that they don't really want to lose the
Mm.
experience. But yeah, I'm glad that the Terminators I mean the Dreadnoughts are even bigger now. Like the fact that like they look more imposing, whereas the old Terminators look like little walkers more. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it used to look like a Space Marine could jump on it easily, like on the back of it, whereas now it's like it towers over a Space Marine.
Mm.
So it actually looks like something that they'd go shit. Like I don't want to mess with that.
So PvP we've got the Death Guard, the Iron Warriors, the Alpha Legion. Alpha Legion
Hello
is
there.
like the sort of whitey grey. The World Eaters and the Night Lords. That's what we've got so far. And then there'll be one more. That'll be the 6th.
Yeah,
PvP.
it is looking class. It's like I don't know. I imagine I don't think they've mentioned it yet, but I imagine they'll probably will do like a Dreadnought TDM mode too, because it just makes sense. And I mean, I imagine the customization and that'll be great. Like you get all the different banners and stuff.
Yeah, it'd be nuts if they added a Dreadnought. Like to just play as in a mode. Or even like you say, it might be like a streak or something, like an ability.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be good. That though, because like you say, that's another
Do
really
something
good.
tough as fuck during Horde mode, and then it's
Yeah.
like, oh right, so this you've earned yourself a Dreadnought. Like, who wants to call it in?
Yeah.
And then when you call it in, you just become it.
Well, I mean,
For a bit.
even like you mentioned with kill streaks, like you could have it where you could have a Terminator armor, a Dreadnought, or you could maybe call in like a gunship, or have like a reduced spawn time for the team, like stuff like that. They've got so much they
Yeah.
could do because it's so open ended. Um, there was another one you sent, wasn't there? Is it the Angels of Death one?
That's the cinematic one. That's the newest trailer they've put out, which still looks good.
All right,
Really good though.
you know what, I actually don't know if I saw that one. I saw. Why is it opened up there? I saw. Actually, it might be.
Big new tab on that one.
Death comes from the void.
This is cool as fuck. This shot.
Defy its cold embrace. We remain unbroken. Because we are the Space Marines. Numberless enemies surround us.
Yeah, stuff like this too, where it's like the actual Tyranids are coming out like a horde.
Like Cameron saying, or it might have been you weird. Like he hopes there's a mission where you're like in an hallway like this, and there's just
Yeah.
nowhere to run, and there's just fuck tons of them. You're just like inside of like a derelict, or like a crash
Well,
ship.
they could do a little
All,
tongue-in-cheek.
like, hardened and shit, like definitely.
They could do a little nod towards Space Hulk, where, like I said, you're in them hallways and confined, and there's gene stealers. That'd be
Yeah,
class.
you just hear fucking.
Like they're
hearing
rattling
shit.
around. Yeah. I mean, like
That's
it,
that's the first time they've showed a Chaos Sorcerer, Thousand Suns Chaos Sorcerer.
yeah, it does look good.
Can end up in the warp at some point
Ah, yeah, that'd be
from all the fucking. Is it Cinch that's coming out?
cinches. Yeah, because
I can never
Slanesh,
discern which is one, because one of them's like lust and shit in it, and
Slash
they're
is
all pink and
well.
that. But then one of the other ones like magic and shit. I can
Yeah,
never.
so Slash is like excess. Zinch is magic and fates. Nagel is pestilence, and then Korn is
One's
uh,
just like blood in it.
just Valence, yeah, just
Blood
Valence.
and rage.
And then
Mm.
you get the rare few that manage to stay unalarmed. Well, it's called undivided in it, like Chaos Undivided. Um, yeah, that was a great fucking trailer. Space Marine 2 official trailer. What's that one with? It looks like a Templar.
That's only like a 50-second one, I think.
Right.
I must have put it in because it shows something decent.
Let's check it out.
Oh, this is like a quick little snippet of the customization, I think.
I mean,
Got
that
the
looks
full
cool in
stuff.
itself.
Yeah, just being able to fucking
Like you've
open
just
up,
got
light
robed.
up.
Yeah, you're all robed up. Robed up on a Tuesday.
Sucker for like they can have like a robotic arm and shit.
Yeah, prosthetics and stuff. Oh, so it's got like a little hub area.
Yeah, I don't know what they're calling it. I can't remember the name for it, but there's like you're not just waiting in a lobby. You're like roaming around in like a hangar with a fucking, like
Yeah.
whether there's going to be more players all walking about or it's just who you're playing with. But yeah, they've said on the year one roadmap they're like extending that area and building like a weapons testing area so you
Yeah.
can test out your builds and guns and shit.
I reckon they'll
Yeah.
just make it like a forward operating base, won't they, in the city or something.
Yeah, I think it's what's in the. Have you seen the trailer where
Yeah, the
it's like
matching.
it's like a Scottish bloke and he's like, I can only afford,
Yeah.
I can only spare three.
Yeah.
That's what'll be where he is and where you're all hanging about. Whether that's in the story or the start of the operations, I don't
I like
know.
the Nagel guy, the fact that his like his helmet's weeping, like there's loads of like weeping shit
Yeah,
coming
like
through the bits.
rancid. Such a cool ability that just like grapple up to someone and fucking. It's showing like the fucking upgrading stuff. I thought it was all just cosmetics, but you actually level up your guns. And,
That's good.
like there's perks and for your guns. Like this customization looks fucking nuts.
I bet some people will get some right tasty like colour schemes going on.
Because once you unlock, say you unlock the Imperial Fist color, then you can use it on that screen there.
Yeah.
Just to create your own, like whatever you want. You have your own custom or go like a certain theme.
Yeah, like Vox Liberatis minimal ready zone. Oh, so it'll be the missions and stuff that you can queue up.
Yeah, so that's where it'll be like Dark Tard.
Yeah.
You can like roam around a bit while you're waiting for stuff.
And multiplayer modes revealed.
We kill it. We break the synaptic connection. They'd scatter like rats. And if you're wrong, if it's not there, I cannot afford to throw men after a hunch. Give me 2 squads. 3 Space Marines. That's all I can spare. Brief them immediately.
Did Discord die for a second there or something?
Yeah.
Talassa,
Beam's gone.
we are almost there.
What the stream's got? My
end for your thingy.
right. Let me get back up.
Yes, good.
Technical difficulty. Right. Start again.
We kill it. We break the synaptic connection. They'd scatter like rats. And if you're wrong, if it's not there, I cannot afford to throw men after a hunch.
No
Give me
there.
2 squads. 3 Space Marines. That's all I can spare. Brief them immediately.
Talassa.
I reckon that's like the start of the story. You know, like you give me 2 squads. There'll be Titus's squad,
Yeah,
and
then
then there'll
squad
be
2.
the operations mode squad
Yep.
doing their thing alongside it. Yeah. Oh fuck! Go back then. I never noticed
The big
that.
boy.
See that?
The big boy walking
Yeah,
in the
big,
back.
big fucker walking past the fucking fan blades.
Lassa on the march to take that high
Look like the half tyrant that was in that other thing.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's like.
The size of him.
But they're not even like the leaders anymore, are they? Like, there's like a bigger one now, isn't they? Like than the Half Tyrant. Is it like the Swarm
See
Lord or
some of the big
something?
shit. Yeah, it might be that.
It's like even bigger and badder than the fucking Tyrant now.
Just think of that Warhammer model they've just brought back as well. The fucking, is it called a Screamer? Like the real fucking big thing with
Yeah.
the blades. That might be fucking in the game at some point.
I mean, that
This
looks
looks cool.
fucking
This just looks
sick.
like a big. That's all in game happening.
Yeah.
It's not like a fucking 2D backdrop. Well, it's like a trick of the eye. That's like hundreds of Tyranids like running down the fucking stairs. It looks fucking nuts.
This is what I was talking about earlier, like the fauna, like growing because it's the Tyranids, because they're starting to finger the planet. Terraform it, yeah. Yeah, because you just saw it then, look in the background, you see it, like the fucking.
Yeah, all
It's
the
like.
spawners and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks sick. This must be on the free roam as well, like the shit where you just walk
Yeah.
into it and go change your gear.
Going to kill you soon enough, demon. Hold fast, brother.
Yeah, the execution. Look, oh, was he fighting a chaos?
That
Chaos
was a
Dreadnought
fucking
then?
dreadnought then, yeah.
I just saw one of them thingy
It was
dragons.
just
as
swinging
well.
around. Alright, so that's getting a big fucking hammer to the first. Yeah, it's got like a maul.
It's like a Thousand Suns one, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
that's a big boy.
pause it in a sec. Next bit.
That's the chaos. Hell summit.
Yeah, like hell fucking figures.
Yeah.
Big metal fucking dragon.
Oh god, it's called. Oh, fucking hell, it's gonna do my head in, but it's called hell
I don't
something.
remember its name, but I remember how much it costs.
Yeah.
It's like 170 quid or something.
It's quite a bitch to like kill on the tabletop if I remember. It can do serious damage. I know for a fact.
Let me have a look.
I mean, look at that. Like, oh.
Yeah, it's showing the people. Wonder how all the parry stuff's gonna work when it's 6v6 like that.
There'll be a cooldown, won't they? Like you'll be able to parry, but then there'll be a cooldown on the parry, so you can't just fucking keep parrying.
The Helldrake.
Helldrake, that's it. Yeah,
Fucking like that's just like look, you just saw that in like a little semi-cut scene where it's just
yeah,
flying over. It's like fucking hell. What else is there gonna be?
yeah. It's fucking. I can't wait for that shit. It's gonna be so good. And it's just gonna. The thing I'm excited for too, is especially like with the stuff with Henry Cavill and all that. I'm glad that Warhammer's getting more popular because
Mm,
it's so full of stuff that you can talk about, but it's not something you can talk about like you could talk about COD or like
yeah.
Helldivers. Like it's not like I say, like some people probably won't even notice this game is even out until like a month in when people are
Some
raving
people
about
won't
it.
even know that it's a tabletop. Like
Probably, yeah,
people only know it's a tabletop like casual people because Henry Cavill's brought it up so many
yeah,
times, and then like other people, other celebs have and like put a spotlight on it. Now it's like more well known because Cavill's like is
yeah,
spearheaded it and spoke so much about it just in random interviews and being asked about it. And most people are probably like, oh, what's he even on about? But then you see like, oh, here's a game based on all the tabletop stuff. People are like, well,
yeah,
some people will be like, oh, I'll rather take a game than I'm probably not going to get into the tabletop. It's too time consuming to do everything. But if anything, this is like metal as fuck. It'll just get people into the genre. That's
yeah.
really touched it. Because there hadn't been like a game like this since Space Marine 1, was there? So there's
No,
already like RTSs and
Apart from Dawn of War, which again is like it's more of a niche taste.
mm,
Yeah, there hasn't really been
and
a
all the other stuff that's out. It's like hit and miss in it. It's been like
yeah, oh really bad at
besides
miss.
besides Rogue Trade has been probably the last good thing for a while.
Yeah,
But all the other stuff's been like
Dark Tide
hit and
wasn't
miss.
bad. It was a really fun game and it was enjoyable, but it just didn't release with enough content.
Mm,
And I think games these days keep releasing with little content and be like, oh, but we'll update over time. And I think it used to work because it was like people used to sit and wait it out, but now it's like it's so common and so much stuff comes out
mm.
that people like us, like we're
Take too
massive
long
into
to
it.
fucking bring it out as well. Look
Yeah,
at Eldravers where they've taken too long, and it's like you've missed the boat by that point now. Like no one's as interested now. Why don't you bring this big content out sooner? You've got
yeah,
it all ready. Like don't just drag it on and drag it on. Whereas at least in this, there's going to be a really good story mode for anyone who just wants to play a story.
yeah,
There's operations so you can play with your friends as well, and there's drop in drop out co-op like campaign. Plus, if you just want to do like this PvP, if people like PvP, and so there's be something kinda for everyone. Like you can
yeah,
play solo, you can do some missions with friends that are like little, their own little stories, and then you can do PvP if there's
yeah.
more. Yeah, but
It's fucking it's one of those things, isn't it? Where it's like I guess that's a topic for another time, but it's just the way games are going, and there used to be so many excuses and kind of like whether you call them strategies or just methods of keeping people from getting pissed off. But now because
mm.
it's so frequent and so common, I think people are just getting sick of it, aren't they? And like
It's what I'm most excited for with these devs because
it's
look
just
at
gonna
all the
release, yeah,
content they've brought out for World War Z, and that was like really niche.
yeah,
Now look at this, that's like got a massive following,
yeah,
and look at all the lore that there is compared to World War Z, where it's like there was basically like making it up as they went along the content
yeah,
because it's based on a film, or it might have been based on a book, I don't know, but
yeah,
like this, it's like 40, 50 years of lore to pull from. So they've got
yeah,
an endless amount of content that could make it. I just hope it it gets big enough and survives long enough for people for them to like warrant them carrying on the content. But even so, World War Z dropped off for a while and still brought out content anyways. There was like yeah, we're still bringing content out. We don't,
yeah.
they're all loyal people.
It's,
So
it, it's one of those things where it's like again, World War Z was a good game. It lacked content when it came out. So the fact that like this is releasing with lots of content is by a developer that makes good games, especially horde games. Because I mean,
mm,
the enemy they've chosen is a horde, and it'd be like Chaos is fine because they're not really a horde, But if you was to choose a horde faction and, like I said, like have like 10 enemies on screen, it won't be the same. And like you could cop out and go, oh, well, it's gonna be brood lords and big enemies all the time, but that's not Tyranids. Tyranids is horde. Like, yeah, they do have these big boy hitters, but the whole point of Tyranids is like they overwhelm the enemy and eat them. But yeah, talking about fucking where was he in that? When's Dead Rising remaster coming out? Remake,
Well,
remaster?
they don't like calling it remake. It's called
Right,
Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster.
right. Is
But
that
it's
a,
DRDR. But it's I've put a trailer in for like
um?
gameplay, I think it was.
Oh yeah, there we go.
And then I put in like the comparison to the first game.
2006.
Yep.
And that was my like this is the one where it's like you're playing an
I've
original
played it so
Xbox.
much.
Was it original Xbox
Yeah.
or 360? 360 on
360.
it. You're playing 360 and you had hundreds of like on-screen AI, not AI, sorry, NPCs.
Like zombies.
Yeah, I can't remember. I remember seeing it at my cousin's for the first time, being like, "Fucking hell, look how many people are on there." They've gone for a bit more of a cheesy.
They've kept everything the same, like it was just a slapstick, like arcadey.
Yeah.
The first one was. I think all the cutscenes are the exact same, but now they're using the RE engine that the
Yeah.
remakes for Resident Evils have been on, so it looks so good. But now they've, like they said, wasn't sure whether to keep it. You know, like
Yeah.
all the animation's still goofy and that, but they was like, well, that's the core of what this game is, so they've just kept it all.
I think Frank looks a bit. I don't know.
Get Frank's like chassis. He's got the weirdest body ever. Look how big his shoulders are. When he runs, he's got
Yeah.
like the broadest shoulders known to man. But he's a fucking journalist. He's got the upper body of like a gorilla.
I think the
Yo.
faces are a bit like funny. Like they haven't.
It's not fully like human. It's like still look a bit arcadey and like
It's almost like
over proportioned.
it's almost like this stereotype American face, if you get me. You know, because I know that like Asian countries have like a stereotype of Americans, don't they, in terms of like what they look like and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like Metal Gear Solid, and like you've got the big Chad boss, and it's like that's meant to be like the American.
They've changed a bunch of they've changed a couple of the psychopaths because
Oh yeah,
in the original there was loads. There was in they were basically them in Japan were at odds with each other, so they made a couple of psychopaths like basically taking the piss out of Japan.
yeah, and it's
Like-
they've censored some stuff too, aren't they? Like that the veteran guy with the Bowie knife, like he used to call you like a commie or something, didn't you?
Yeah, like
And
you're
now
one of those commie bastards. Now
Yeah.
it's like you're one of those like moles or something. He just calls you a mole.
Yeah,
It's in the comparison video.
yeah, because he's meant to be like a parody of like a Vietnam veteran, and it's like
Yeah,
they've
yeah.
sort of like censored him in like
And there was like a boss fight near the end where it was literally like a really fat Chinese butcher guy with
oh
really
yeah
squinted eyes and like
yeah.
teeth. And there was that them taking the piss out of Japan. They've completely changed him now. He was in the trailer then where he goes, "A new customer." He's completely
Oh,
different.
really?
It's completely different now. Yeah, it's like a. You'll see me he'll have a cap on with glasses. Like he did not look like that in the.
Yeah, because he's like a bald, isn't he? Like a bald chef.
Yeah, like a bald butcher.
Yeah, oh, I was a butcher. Yeah, because he's cooking
Oliver.
people, isn't he? Like cutting them up.
Yeah, cutting him up. He's got. I think his name's Carlito. He's got him and he's on a hook, and you've got to beat
Yeah.
him before he gets to the meat grinder. Yeah, they've completely changed it because, like, obviously you can't do something like that. Is this? Can't do that anymore. And obviously, I think they're on good terms now.
I mean, it does look
Yeah, look
really good.
See the fucking. Oh, what do they call it? Oh, what's that setting that everyone absolutely loves with the
Blue.
lighting? No, the fucking. Like the reflection bullshit.
Ah, yeah, I know what you mean. I just don't know the name of it. Oh yeah, he looks
Yeah.
nothing like him.
Don't look like overly
It
massively
looks-
Chinese or anything.
I don't think he looks Asian at all.
Dude.
Yeah, I
I
don't
know
think
people have said that. He doesn't look Asian,
he's got
if
like
that
a
makes
mustache.
Yeah, it just looks normal. He's got a cap on. It's like I think we need to see more of him in the game to know like if the how much they have changed him.
Yeah, or even if they've even maybe put some extra psychos in there.
Oh, I wish they had, but I think they've just kept it complete. They said there is a few little extra surprises in store. Like there's going to be a bunch
Yeah.
of like challenge modes and like classic versions you can play and loads of outfits to unlock. I think if you pre-order it, you get like 30 outfits. You know,
Yeah.
from all their Capcom titles, like Ryu from Street Fighter. Like they've always done that stuff. You can even be a licker from Resi 2 Remake.
That'd be
Run
funny.
about as a licker.
'Cause some of the costumes used to have effects, didn't they, in the original? Or am I thinking about something else?
You could get a Mega Man outfit where you had the infinite ammo Mega Buster
Yeah.
and it used to like one-shot everything. But that was like if you rescued all the survivors and got the best ending, which is, you know, not an easy task.
I wonder if they've still segmented the shop though, or if it's just all open now.
Yeah,
know,
I'm
like-
not sure. There's still loading screens.
Yeah.
If anything, there probably is, but it's like no loading time at all.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 seconds.
You'll be happy about that though. No more going to the toilet to fucking save.
Yeah, like laying on a bench and auto save. I reckon there'll be a bunch of like challenge unlocks for like, you know, not saving the game and beating it.
That's something you'll be happy about too. Is hopefully they've updated the AI.
I mean, they're still running and doing all the same shit they used to do, but at least they've added stairs there, so you didn't have to wait for each and every one of them to climb up a fucking wall. So they have done some quality of life stuff, but I think it kind of added to the charm of Dead Rising, where the AI were just stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it really was literally like, you needed to look after them, because they were just so dope. I like that, you can progress time when you want as well, so you're not just like hanging about for 20 minutes
Yeah.
for the next mission to start. You can like fast forward time and that. I hope there is a mode like Dead Rising 2 has, where if you fail you can just carry on playing, and you know, like, just when you failed in Dead Rising 2 you could just keep playing and leveling up and that, and
Yeah.
the
Well,
story just would progress,
some-
and then when you started again you keep that character's level. And
Well, some things could
start
fail,
again.
couldn't they? Like some things could fail and it'd just get you a worse ending.
In one you could get like when the government come in, you could get knocked out and like you lose all your clothes and that, and you're on a thingy, and that could be one of the endings where you just get detained by him. There's quite a lot of endings in this Dead Rising.
Yeah, is that one in there where you get captured by psychos and if you don't get out, it's like the ending.
There's one where you're like you're selfish and you wait for the plane to come and you just leave.
Yeah.
The chopper to come. There's one where like the chopper comes but it's got a zombie in it. There's one where you obviously save everyone, get everyone out, but then that turns into like the S plus ending where you like stay behind, and it's 3 days in game, but then that looks just out of Resident Evil. And it goes from 3 days, but if you've done everything right, then you can. It carries on, and there's 2 extra days, like in the story.
Yeah.
And you spend 2 extra days doing like other stuff to like get the true ending.
I mean, that
Yeah,
does
look
look
at
good.
that. It's like the lighting and that is insane. Look at the size of him.
I know.
It's like a.
It's 'cause-
like a stick of sofa.
It's because they haven't rebuilt his model. They've kind of like
No, look,
they've-
he's got a broadish shoulders
they've just updated his old model, which is like 10 plus years old now.
Yeah, he's just got-
But it's nearly
Got
20 years
chesty on
old.
him.
Fucking hell, 2006. It's nearly 20 years old.
Telling me. Cupboard Wars, you know. Yeah, full day night cycle. That like the lighting all changes and shit, which is really.
Didn't the original used to have a day-night cycle though?
The first night, there was like a cutscene for when it hit night time, and you saw like the
Yeah,
it was
the
more
eyes.
aggressive,
Yeah.
the red eyes, and it was more aggressive. And then, like, then it was just like day night cycle. It just switch, you know,
Yeah.
like It's still, say it 10 night time, but you're still inside, it still look daylight till you see transition.
Yeah.
Loading screen and then it'd be night time. It didn't just like come on like it will in this. Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Did it?
Yeah, the convicts fight, Gon Guru. We'll be able to stream it with Gon Guru playing now, it's copyrighted.
I mean, we can stream it, it'll just mute on the VOD.
Yeah. Again, it's like, it's such a, like a early game short boss fight.
Yeah.
But I just love the music that plays.
Is a unique game with extremely tight game design, even by today's standards.
Yeah, they kept all the animations of like getting hit and like the zombies, you know, going absolutely flying.
Doing the little spiral that they do.
Yeah, like pirouetting in the
Yeah.
air, like spinning. Even Frank still does that when he gets
Yeah.
hit and he goes,
I mean, the
and then he
bike.
just does like a quadruple fucking corkscrew spin.
I mean, the bike looks like it's still old physics.
Yeah, like, yeah, just like really, like going a straight line.
Yeah.
Fucking, you're on rails.
Let's have a look at this.
Yeah, it shows the.
Why does that keep popping up there?
Hello?
I think Discord cut it out for a second then.
Yeah, it went again. Yeah, there's David.
Alright, let me share. Alright, I'm sharing it again in Discord.
Yeah.
Where have they managed to catch this from then?
What, the deluxe bits?
Is this actually from them?
That's from the original. Yeah, it's like they've shown like the boss fight intros and stuff. David looks so good.
He always has been like, and he's always been quite an iconic.
Yeah, he's like synonymous with the
yeah.
franchise. His brother's in the second one.
Yeah, and he
Off the record, he's like a clown on stilts.
Yeah.
He's like a real short bloke. And he's like, oh, I don't know if you remember my brother. He worked in the Willamette. He was told he was been fighting a guy with a camera, and he's like, if David was your brother, I'd hate to meet your sister.
Wait, so
Yeah,
they
that's
even
what's up.
showed like the death scenes too?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not bothered because it's all the same. Like,
Yeah, but I'm
bothered to see
surprised they've released it though.
This still looks cool.
This is the one that's been censored.
Yeah, I think it shows the in this like the audio change.
Because you're Viet Cong.
Yeah.
It's because you're a mole.
Cause you're a mole.
I'm right. All right.
I think he looks scarier in the original. I think he looks more unhinged.
Yeah, like his face is real square in it, and like
Yeah.
it just looks. Yeah, Cliff.
Over there.
It's the same bloke who does Dempsey in it.
Yeah.
Cook.
Has someone got their hands on it earlier, some of them?
I don't know, cause they haven't shown all this themselves, you know, like in order and like.
Yeah.
But it's not been taken down, so I'm assuming they're just not. It's not really spoilery, is it? 'Cause it's all the same. It just looks better.
Yeah.
So maybe they're just not bothered. They're just like, if you see it, you see it early. Like we're not asked. We're not exactly spoiling anything for the game if you've,
No.
you know, nothing new besides a few dialogue changes.
Is this the gun store guy?
Yeah, yeah. He's like the first psycho you really come across.
That 50 cal
Yeah,
though.
Cletus. Hardest boss fight because it's the first time you're like finding guns, and then you can jump over the counter and try and get a gun, but it'll
Shotguns, yeah.
yeah, it just like absolutely sends you flying, and you have to hide behind those like pirouetting, you know, like stall things that sell stuff on. You have
Yeah.
to like hide behind them while he's shooting. It's the driver's face in this. Man, our next contestant. I think I like the old driver. Like his face is just like, I don't know, it just looks better. Bonk.
Bonk.
Yeah, I wonder if they still let you do this. You can, like, as soon as the fight starts, there was like a tree you could get behind, and they'd literally just reverse and drive, reverse drive, reverse drive. Like, the AI was real dopey. They just used to. It is
Well,
Kent.
it's in focus.
Kent. They've changed Kent as well, because there's like a. He used to go, "This is my sexiest shot," and obviously, you know, we don't do that anymore. You know, like showing like
Yeah.
getting pictures of cleavage and shit. Now they just go, "This is my most funny shot."
But first, feast your eyes on my work. Now this is my most emotionally moving shot. Now this is my funniest shot. Okay. This is my most violent shot. Check it out. Okay, here's the deal, Frankie. You
Here's the
gotta go
deal,
out there and
Frankie.
take even better pictures than the ones I just showed you. You think you can handle that, huh?
What does he
Kent's
do?
whole
Is it?
model is like so nice.
Does he like snap or something when you beat him?
You meet him and he's just like normal. He's basically like you a tutorial on, you know, taking pictures.
Right.
Teaches you how it all works and how to get the best shots, and then he wants you to get these pictures for him before, you know, like before you see him next after like a day.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna be like, "Oh, this is gonna be my magnum opus," and he's like, "I'm gonna shoot this person in the head and take a picture," and then you stop
Yeah.
him, and then that's when you fight him. But you have to have gotten like the picture that he's wanting first, and then find him like later on. This is when you have to go get medicine for someone. I can't remember who it was, who it's for. Oh, it's medicine for the doctor.
I don't take kindly to vandalism.
I won't allow it!
Listen to me, and listen good, partner.
I don't allow vandalism in my
Yeah, it's like getting like the PP shots when you get him doing like an action pose or something. Get a load of XP.
This guy's like readied up for all the psychos.
My store.
Yeah, I think he's got all of them.
My store. Who will run my store when I'm gone? My store. My food. My sales.
If it's as good enough as a reboot, like people play it enough to for it's like a reboot.
Yeah.
You know, like Dead Space. Like I kind of wish Dead Space had done well enough for him to be like, "Oh right, we'll make on Dead Space 2." Like they'll just say like, "Oh, it's done so well." This might just be like a one and done, but
Clean up. Register 6.
I'll take it because it's the best out of all of them. But I would like a Dead Rising 2
Santa Cabeza!
Deluxe remaster.
You
PC.
started all of this!
Santa Cabeza. Yeah, I don't think she gets Shin, because that's as much as they've shown of him.
I think Brad looks the best out of them all.
Yeah, Brad looks like Terry Crews.
He just looks best out of them all, to be honest. Yeah, that'll be good. When's that out then? Sorry, is that this month?
Yeah, 16th or 17th or something.
Okay, then.
Mid-month.
It's gonna be a juicy month for you.
It's like the only things coming out this year that I'm bothered about is Space Marine and Dead Rising.
I don't think MGS
It's real
is
mad
coming
though,
out.
because Dead Rising got announced like a month or two ago, and it was like coming out in September. I was like, fucking hell, it's coming out soon. Fucking hell. I think that's coming out real quick.
Do you know what, I think that's becoming more of a tactic for games now, though, where it's like the shock drop, where it's like we're advertising this game and it's coming out in 3 months, and everyone's like, wait, what? Because like it creates more hype around the fact that it's coming out so quickly because then
Fucking
people know they're not having to work.
rearranging the fucking days off.
But it's
It's a
just
fucking
it's like and I get it because I'm the same. It's like when you find out a game's coming out in 3 months, that's way more exciting than like finding out a game's coming out in 3 years.
yeah, like oh GTA coming out in 2 years, and we're just like oh well,
Yeah.
you may as well. You shouldn't even give. You should have just said
Well, it's just
announced it's coming out. Like this is. I'm not getting excited for this. It's 2 months away. Or two
GTA can
years
do
away.
that because
Sorry.
they're GTA, but any other game, literally any other game, even a COD game, if they was to say this game's coming out in 3 years' time, everyone would be like, oh, I don't care then. Tell me again in 2.5 years. I think it's only because GTA is GTA and it can get away with that. But yeah, and it's becoming more of a trend for games to just drop. It's like I remember when Fallout 4 was released, announced, and they went, "Oh yeah, by the way, we've got a mobile game and you can play it literally now," and everyone lost their
Oh,
heads.
Fallout Shelter.
Yeah, yeah, and it wasn't an amazing game. It was the fact that it was like, wow, you've just released a game and it's now, and I can go download it. Like stuff like that. It's just it's advertising it is best, but yeah, I think we're gonna start seeing, and it's nice to see new trends rather than. I think we went through a period of like the last 5 years of seeing games announced earlier and earlier and earlier. Now we're starting to see the opposite, which is nice because like there's so many games now that come out early access. Beta comes out in 3 years, and then or we're coming out next year, but for a fact we're going to delay it a month before it's meant to come out.
Yeah.
Whereas like Space Marine got delayed a couple of times, but at least it's releasing with everything. But yeah, it's just it's one of those things where it's like I don't know, it's nice to see and fucking like MGS. Like I was really looking forward to MGS, but I mean it's September now, and I doubt it'll be coming out in the next 3 months.
Yeah. They just said this year, but it's like, well, the
Yeah.
later and later you leave it, it's gonna be a next year.
Where it was like last year, wasn't it, with Space Marine, where it was like, oh, it'll come out like quart.
Everything they've shown though, it looks pretty much fucking done. So I'm just
Yeah,
like, well, why aren't you giving us a date then?
it'll be the polishing. I think that's, and I might be wrong, but I think the majority of time spent on a game is polishing, like, because you've got to think it's easy to code a bunch of stuff, but the issue with coding is when a problem arises and you fix it, the fix causes another problem down the line, and I think it's like that cascading. We fixed problem, fixed problem, and it's like again, it's like reality of like we'll never release a perfect game. Every game's gonna have a bug, but what point do we say right? It's acceptable level of bugs now. We'll release it. And then you've also got like politics and like maybe trends have changed so that a certain term is no longer, you know, it's no longer okay to say. So like shit, well, no, we need to change this or um, it's like Uncle in Red Dead 2, like the guy that voiced Uncle. I think he passed away, like like halfway through the game.
All right.
So like they had to like
I don't remember
recast
any of
him.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Or it might be in one. It was either Red Dead 1 or Red Dead 2. I think the voice actor for like Uncle passed away. Um, the same as like Crow though, isn't it? Like with thingy passed, like he died on set, then it said they had to like
Oh, Brandon Lee.
yeah, so they had to kind of like
But
re
with
re
that, they'd like done everything.
yeah.
Like they shot mostly everything besides like this last
Oh
thing.
no,
They did that last.
it was
Like they did that scene last.
Heath Ledger. It was Heath Ledger where it was like they died, so they had to like re reorganize all the scenes in a way that it made it look like it was normal. Because I think
Oh,
Batman wasn't meant to end like that. It was meant to be he goes to prison, and there's like a whole thing in like that. But obviously with him passing away, there's like, well, it makes more sense
yeah, we
if yeah,
can't do like those scenes now
yeah.
because the
So we'll just have to use what
Joker's
we've
not
got.
there to. Yeah.
So it's like fucking yeah, but I think apart from like that, it does look like it's gonna be a nice little cheeky month. Um,
I'll double check now when Dead Rising is.
but okay, now it's been an hour and 10 minutes already. Um,
19th it's out.
Apex Legends did it as well. You know, I've not really got into Apex at all.
No, I played tons of it with Cam and all them lot when it first come out.
Even when it
But
first came
then
out, I never
by the
touched it.
time season 3 came out, I was just like, I'm like bored of this now. It was like the Fortnite effect. It was like the best thing since sliced bread when it came out, but then slowly over time, as people got sweatier and sweatier, it was like, fuck it, like I'm really not enjoying this anymore.
Yeah. We'll call it in for the session there in terms of the podcast session. So it's going to go up on YouTube. So for context, anyone who watches on YouTube, it is a live stream. I haven't really responded to anyone at the minute because there's no context there at the minute. But from now on, we might be responding to comments from viewers. So we'll
Yeah.
clarify that. But so for just for everyone's information, we will be doing the sort of hour segment, if you want to call it a podcast, or we're just chatting shit. Every Tuesday, ideally for 7 o'clock, but obviously tech issues and that every now and then, so we will keep each other issued. But the general gist is we're going to do an hour of this, maybe a bit longer if there's like loads of stuff to talk about. And then after that, again, depending on what's going on, because who knows what, we usually then continue the stream, playing a game, something like that. So that's what we're going to do right now.
Like subject to change depending on if people
Yeah,
have got stuff to do. If we've
yeah.
really got
So if it's
going on.
if it's like a busy day, or we plan on doing an extra stream another day to make up for today, or I don't know, maybe like it's been one of those like Gamescom, like you know, it's like there's so much to talk about. It might be like
Yeah.
a 2 hour session. Um, but yeah, so we'll be doing that. Again, it's in the schedule, so just go on Discord. You'll see it on the schedule. Um, but yeah,
Pretty
it's
active in,
fucking
we're pretty active in the Discord
yeah,
and
yeah,
like stream like four days at least out of the week. So
yeah. On the schedule, yeah. And again, the schedule's there more so for gardens, so we do change things up. Like again, we might have set it might have it set for a solo stream Tuesday and a horror night Wednesday. But for example, when Dead Rising Remake comes out, and Ramirez might want to play it quite a lot, so therefore we'd
yeah,
do
we
like
do
a
like a solo stream like 2 or 3 times out
yeah,
the week or something.
yeah, yeah, and then we also do quite a lot of like ad hoc
But it
streams
entirely
too.
depends if Space Marine has me rather nuts where I'm like,
Yeah,
oh fucking Dead Rising out, but it's like, but I want to play Space Marine, so it's entirely. It depends how good Space Marine's gonna be. It can't
yeah,
not be good, really. But
yeah, and it's
I've
like
said that before.
like you said, we're active
At
in
least
Discord a lot.
if Space Marine's not as not the fucking golden apple,
Yeah,
then it's not. Then I've got Dead Rising to fall back on.
yeah, we're active in
It's
Discord a
like
lot, so we
arcade fun,
always
like we can just chill out and
yeah,
mess around.
and I think like the good
That's
thing
cool.
too is like it's we we do a lot of in the moment streams too, so we might have a schedule for 4 days a week, but Ramirez might pop on for an hour and do a stream, or I might pop on for a couple of hours. So there's always more streams too. So let's say, for example, a Tuesday is a short session because we're just absolutely burnt out. That doesn't mean there's going to be one less stream that week. It just means that one stream might be shorter.
Yeah.
Um, but
We've had streams where we've played something for like an hour, and then
yeah,
we've played that game for like 4 hours. It just
yeah.
entirely
I
depends
mean,
on like.
bloody hell, what would we played? We did a stream last week, didn't we, or the week before, where it was like 7 hours long, something like that. It was long.
Yeah, it was. I think we played Enlisted for like 4 hours.
Yeah, and then we played something else after that. That was crazy. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, that is Epi 1 done of Chat with Chimps. Next week we've got Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's gonna be sat in the shed. Um, but
Forget
yeah,
to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Come check us out on the Discord. Find us
you
on
know it.
Twitch.
The button.